What's up? What's up? Good evening, people. Happy Wednesday and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? I go by the name of Uptown Brown, Ratchet Poppy, Mr. Receipts, El Capitan. I got many names. That's what they call me. Welcome. Once again, we are here at Uptown After Dark. This is the show where we discuss adult topics, mostly sexually related things. But we're here for adult conversation. You know what I'm saying? If you would like to go back and watch any of our previous episodes, episode 1 was on how to have a successful threesome. Episode 2, we talked about sex toys. Episode 3, we talked about the most interesting place you ever had sex. Episode 4, how to properly send news, because there is a right and a wrong way to do everything. And now we are here at episode 5 of Uptown After Dark, where we are going to discuss tonight love language versus sex language. So, I just started. Started a couple minutes late. It is 8:36 in the PM, because we're doing this after dark thing. So we're always going to be at night. I'm just going to wait a few minutes for some of you lovely people to join us live. Remember, when you join, if you like what you're seeing, please share it, like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free to share it. You know what I'm saying? We love all the feedback. And, we're going to get this ball rolling. I'm going to first start by giving some shout outs to my RTI fam. Shout out to the First Lady Ramona. Shout out to Luke, the Harlem Skywalker, and Hollywood Dre. Together we are collectively RTI, that is Ratchet Thoughts and Isms. Shout out to my brother from another mother, Trouble. Collectively, it's Uptown and Trouble. We have our own show. We do battles and things of that nature. Hip hop and R&B. Next week, we got coming, I believe it is Jodeci versus Drew Hill. Should be a fun one. But like I said, tonight's topic, we are going to discuss love language versus sex language. Thank you, everybody, for logging on. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to my sister Duina over there at Sis Y Podcast. Shout out to Lexi over at Sweatpants and Coffee Chat. We love them. I love all of my beautiful black content creators. You know what I'm saying? We always got to support each other. So shout out to them. I'm going to give them their flowers every chance I get, because they always support me. Shout out to anybody out there who has supported me or RTI or anything that I do in any capacity, whether it's you forwarded a video to somebody, whether, you posted something that I put up, reposted it to your story. Shout out to the Black Podcast Association. They always show love to us. Just anybody out there showing love, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother from another comedy coach, Dre. He got a podcast coming this year. Me and him going to get together. I'm going to help him get his shit together on the podcast tip, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you ready, brother, you know what I'm saying, just holler at me. I got you, you know what I'm saying? We going to get you right out here in these podcast streets. You heard? So like I said, tonight we are going to discuss sex language versus love language. Now, this whole concept of love language has been out for several years now. You know what I'm saying? There's quizzes that you can take to figure out what your individual love language is. Now, I have not been compensated by any of these companies, but doesn't matter. I'm a believer in love, so I believe, you know what I'm saying, that, if you want to find out what your love language is, so that way you can try to communicate better with your significant other, I think is a good way to, figure out how you, as an individual, express love you have your mate take this quiz so you can figure out how they, as an individual, express love. So that way you can figure out how to love your mate based upon how they need to be loved versus how you're used to expressing love. Because maybe how you're used to expressing love may not be the way that they need to receive it. Right? So it's definitely important. So love languages come in 5 categories. And for those of you who know this, this is new to you. But for those of you who may not know this, this may be some new information to you. So the categories of love language are as follows. Words of affirmation. We should all know what words of affirmations are. That is making sure that you speak nothing but positivity and life and good energy into the person that you're dealing with. You're pouring nothing but positivity into their cup, right? Acts of service, right? So that could be as simple as, even though Black women don't like men touching their feet, it could be as simple as your man giving you a foot rub, right? Him giving you a manicure, him making you breakfast on a Saturday morning, him, when you're on your cycle, he come through with, the heating pad for your back, Like those is what, manicures, pedicures, those are considered acts of service, right? Anything that you can do to just take some of the stress and attention out of the way of your significant other, right? And then we have receiving gifts, right? Now, gifts can be, handmade. They can be expensive. They can be thoughtful. Gifts doesn't always have to be, he got you that Birkin. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it could be just as simple as, your significant other likes hats. I'm a hat guy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody give me a hat, I'm going to appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do have hair under here, you know what I'm saying? It's hair, I ain't going nowhere, you know what I'm saying? But, I like hats, you know what I'm saying? What can I say? Being from Harlem, that's how we did, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you was putting together an outfit what meant that you had to be literally fresh from head to toe. So your hat had to match your shirt or your sneakers, you know what I'm saying? You had to get your coordination and all that together, you know what I'm saying? Which is why I am a hat guy. That's how we did, that's how we do in Harlem. Quality time, right? Now, quality time, at least, as far as my love language goes, quality time doesn't always have to be a significant amount of time. Because if I happen to just be running around in the city and I'm near my lady, right, I would rather have 15 minutes with her than no minutes with her, right? For some people, especially if you're dealing with a woman who might be a little bit of a spoiled brat, she might be upset because she wants a 4 or 5 hour block of your time. You know what I'm saying? And you may not have that to give. And then when you don't have it to give, you know what I'm saying? She is in her feelings and she's feeling away. And, it causes for you to have unnecessary arguments about stupid shit. And then, it's problematic, right? And then the last category of love language is physical touch, right? Now, when we think physical touch does not always have to be sexual, right? Physical touch can be a hug, it could be a massage, it could be a slight caress of the back, it could be rubbing of the hands, you know what I'm saying? But there are some people who definitely feel more connected with their partner when physical touch is involved, right? But, like I said, when it comes down to expressing your love language and you realize you have to love your partner based on how they need to be loved, not necessarily how you would like to love them. If you're dealing with somebody who may have had trauma in their life from their childhood, they may not be into the physical touch thing. So that means that if you're used to physical touch and your partner isn't comfortable with physical touch, you may need to pull back on the physical touch so that way you can accommodate them in the right way. It's about making sure that you can accommodate your partner suitably so that way you guys can have a more just functional relationship, right? Shout out to everybody that's logging on. I appreciate you guys. Now, let's get into this sex language thing, right? Now, there are different categories of sex language, 5 categories. Sex language, you know what I'm saying, at least from my understanding, you know, it's pretty much a new concept. People discovering what, you know, their sex language is. You know, I think before, you know, people just looked at it like either you boring and you basic or you a freak. And there's so much nuance in between just being boring and basic and being a freak. And then there's different levels of being a freak that, you know, at least when you have a sex language to reference, it helps you really zero in on where you might rank on the freak scale, so to speak, right? So it's important, right? Because, I mean, I think a lot of times when you think about what you're looking for in a mate, you feel like, well, as long as our love languages are in sync, that might be enough. But sometimes it's not. So we're going to talk about, briefly, we're going to talk about the sex languages, right? So sex language number 1, fun, right? The fun sex language is a person's pleasure is their intent is to have fun when they have sex, and they enjoy spontaneity. They enjoy doing it in different locations. They just enjoy the excitement of just doing it, right? And that can happen in all phases of sexual acts, right? So that's the first type of sex language, fun, right? The second type of sex language is desire. The desire sex language is that person is heightened and feeling pursued and wanted, and they get off on their mate wanting them mate, you know, putting in the energy and effort to show them that they are wanted. That is the desire sex language, right? The third sex language is pleasure. A person whose sex language is pleasure, they get off on pleasing their mate. They're all about making sure, like, they want to hear the moans. They want to see the faces you make. They want to, you know what I'm saying, take their time and tease you, just because every reaction, every micro reaction that you have, they get off on it, and it helps heighten their experience. Then the fourth sex language is patience. This person likes to take their time and draw it out. They want to make love slow. They want to, you know, have they just get off on having a process that is drawn out. You know, that definitely for me, but, you know, no, actually, you know, it depends, you know what I'm saying? Depends. Like, I think, you know, it just depends. Then the last sex language is acceptance and celebration, right? The person who has an accepted celebration sex language wants to know that you accept and celebrate everything that they are. During this phase of sex, they want you to appreciate their body, appreciate their sensuality. They, you know, basically, that's the person that's just with the shits. You know what I'm saying? And they want to just take their time. I mean, I think people often undervalue the importance of sex in a relationship, because whether you're a male or a female, right? You don't want to be with somebody that's giving you the best sex you ever had in your life, but treats you like shit. But at the same time, you don't want to be with somebody that is making you feel amazing, but the sex is trash. There needs to be a nice equilibrium in between there, right? But I think a lot of times when you think about the things that you want in a mate, right? You know, like as a guy, right? You know what I'm saying? You thinking, all right, I want her to be pretty. I want her to be smart. I want her to be fun, spontaneous, and I want her to have a fat ass, right? Well, that's cool, right? But that fat ass don't mean nothing if she gonna lay on her back like a dead fish, right? And as a woman, right, if she thinking to herself, you know, I want him to be a good man, I want him to be God-fearing, I want him to have a job, I want him to have a nice big old penis. Like, that big old dick don't mean nothing if he can't use it right. So, like if the dude got all that, but then he turned around and tell you, well, he don't eat the box, then for some women that might absolutely positively be a deal breaker. Just like the same way around, right? Like if a dude is pursuing a woman and she tells him that she doesn't give head, then for him that might absolutely be a deal breaker, right? So you gotta be specific and intentional when you think about the qualities that you want in a mate sexually. But it all starts with being honest with yourself, right? If you're not being honest with yourself, then there's no way in hell you're going to be able to be honest with the person that you're dating or getting to know and be able to convey with them that you want. So you got to be honest with yourself. So if you know absolutely positively as a woman, you need a dude that's going to eat the box, then when you meet a dude and he tell you that he don't eat it, don't sit there and think to yourself that you are so bad that you're going to be able to convince this man to do something that he told you he wasn't doing. Because you're going to be setting yourself up for a nice congratulations, you played yourself, right? And the same thing with, you know what I'm saying, a dude, right? Like if you meet a woman and she tells you, you know, she's not really into giving head like that, you know what I'm saying? Don't be mad when she look at you like, I wish you would ask me to suck your, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to be upset, bro. You're going to be very, very upset. You got to be specific. You got to be intentional. Listen, if you know you like variety, you might want to consider being with somebody that's okay with an open relationship or a poly relationship. You got to communicate that because that is a part of your sex language. That's a part of your wants and desires, right? I think, for some people, the people who have the ability to kind of just like go with the flow and be with the shits and they just down to try anything, right? There's definitely pros and cons to that, right? The pro is if you are with somebody who is evenly matched with you, then you guys are going to have an amazing sex life, right? Because you're always going to keep it spontaneous. You're always going to keep it fun. You're always going to be trying different things. You guys will probably never, ever lack in that department, right? Hold on, I got to take a beverage break. I need to sip. But if you are with somebody who you are not evenly matched with sexually, then you having that ability to be adaptable could be to your detriment, right? Because now you're gonna conform to what your mate likes, and if your mate doesn't like nothing, now you're compromising yourself in order to be with somebody who is probably not willing to make those same concessions for you, right? You're going to suppress what you like just because, you know what, you want to be with this man or you want to be with this woman. And usually it's women, right? Because I think men don't usually conform like that, right? Like, more often than not, if a dude is with a woman who isn't able to satisfy him in the way that he may like, but yet he likes all of the other qualities about her, he'll just get him a side chick to do all the nasty shit that he wants, right? Where women, more often than not, if she believes she has a good man, but maybe he's just not as sexual as he would like her to be, a woman will just sacrifice and suppress her desires and her needs in order to keep her relationship going and keep it happy. And I think, when that happens, it's unfortunate. Then you find yourself in a situation where you could be a woman that is, approaching 40. And you realize that you spent, a significant amount of time with a man and you suppressed your desires, and now, you just like a goddamn volcano waiting to erupt because now you in heat, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you done held your desires in, you know what I'm saying? You just been sitting there and moaning and then, you like, Sherman, you ready to have, Sherman gonna have relations, Sherman gonna have relations, like you just, you just ready to explode, you know what I'm saying? But I think, when you do reach that situation, I mean, I have, a lot of female friends, and one of the questions that I often ask them, especially the ones who were in long-term relationships and then they got out of them and they're trying to restart their dating life, like they're ready to put themselves out there and get back into the dating world. I often ask the question, like, would you again suppress your sexual desires if you were with the dude, if he was a good dude, just so you could have, a relationship? And 100% of the time, the answer to that question is hell motherfucking no. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, like, I've said it before on the show. I'm going to say it again tonight. And I'll probably be saying it again on another episode. Life is too goddamn short to be having boring sex. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Life is too damn short to be having boring sex. So, there you go. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You know what I'm saying? I need some goddamn praise hands emojis if y'all mess with me. You know what I'm saying? Life is too damn short to be having boring sex, right? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta communicate that. You gotta say what it is. You gotta let your partner know, like, yo, check this out. Especially, I mean, I don't know what's worse, right? Being with somebody that is not as sexual as you are, or being with somebody who it started off good, but now because y'all done been with each other a couple of years and y'all got comfortable, y'all not doing the same things that y'all used to do. I don't know which one is worse. I feel like somebody that is not as sexual with you is probably the worst, because at least if that person that you were with used to be there, y'all can try to figure out how to get back there. But if that person that you with ain't never been on the same page with you from rip, then I feel like it's harder to like get them acclimated. But the reality is, right, is that we gotta stop being ashamed or embarrassed or feel like we are gonna get judged just because we expressing to our mate what we want. Like, if you want to spit in somebody's mouth, spit in somebody's mouth. I mean, if somebody y'all might be watching might be like, ugh, right? Listen, I guarantee you, somebody that's fucking right now that is spitting in somebody's mouth is probably having more. Y'all sitting here watching me tell y'all about sex, and that those people are out there fucking. They getting it in. You know what I'm saying? So, say what you want. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, if you know, as a dude, you know, you might want to get that threesome popping off. Let your lady know. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen. If your lady tell you she ain't with it, don't keep pressing her. But if she if your woman is with it, all you got to do is be a stand-up dude and do what you need to do, and she'll make it happen for you. If you doing everything that you need to do. But if you're not doing everything you need to do, then you don't deserve that sort of treatment. You know what I'm saying? That is a privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your woman allowing you to be in the presence of another woman and have sex with her is a privilege. Like, that's not something that you just get. Oh, somebody asked me, do I spit in mouths? I don't answer personal questions. Don't worry about what I do, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? I just use that as an example, though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but whatever you're into, whether it's, you know, spitting in the mouth, whether it's, you know, anal, whether it's threesomes, whether y'all want to go to a swingers club, whether, you know, you want to rent a hotel room and have sex on a balcony, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you're into, right? You should not be afraid of sharing that with your mate. If you want to have trust and communication, you got to create an environment for it, which means that, you know, your reaction to it, even if you don't like it, shouldn't be crazy, right? Because if you want somebody to communicate with you, you know what I'm saying, you got to be receptive when that person, you got to be able to receive that information that this person is giving you the right way. How you respond will be the difference between open up the pathway for further communication or closing the door for further communication. Like, how you respond to it is definitely key. If you respond to it, you're like, ew, nah, get the F out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that person going to feel comfortable enough to come to you again and tell you the next thing? Right? You got to be open and receptive. Like, you have to create a warm, welcoming environment for the person that you're with to feel comfortable to communicate with you about everything that they want. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into some of these comments. Somebody said, hell no. What you saying hell no to, Miss JS Punky? What you saying hell no to? I think that at the end of the day, communication is always going to be the pathway to having a better relationship and a better sexual experience with your partner. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what, Nikki? I was already watching Love, Sex, and Goop on Netflix, which is why I decided to title this episode Sex Language versus Love Language, because I was watching Love, Sex, and Goop, and I thought it was so interesting. I mean, you know, shout out to Gwyneth Paltrow and Netflix and Love, Sex, and Goop. But listen, I'm not getting paid to endorse them, but if you got some time on your hands, Love, Sex, and Goop is definitely a great watch on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? You should definitely check it out. Yeah, you're right. It definitely speaks to love language and energy, and it helps you figure out how to get closer and connect with your partner on a higher level. I think, yeah, you definitely can't be afraid to talk to your partner about what you want. But some people are, right? And some people are, and the reasons that they might be afraid to talk to their partner could be like based on their upbringing, right? Like if you grew up in a household where it was very religious and talking about sex was shunned upon, you know what I'm saying? That definitely could create a level of anxiety or like the thought of potential embarrassment if you're talking about that with your partner. But I think you got to trust yourself and your own instincts, right? So if you choose to be in a relationship with the person, you should feel comfortable talking to that person. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to that person, you should first and foremost question why you're even in a relationship with this person, right? Because even if they tell you something and you don't like it, right? And obviously we're talking about within reason, right? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, because life is too short to have boring sex, listen, right? You gotta, maybe you and your mate need to have a role play night. And in that role play night, they might create a scenario that you are not used to, you are not accustomed to, but it might be the perfect thing that you need for your relationship, right? You never know. I just think that, you know, you got to be open and receptive. You got to try different things. You know, I tell you one thing I hate when it comes down to relationships. Sex is a very touchy subject when people are afraid of rejection. I mean, once again, I'm going to say if you are afraid of rejection, right, you should really question why are you with this person? You know what I'm saying? Question yourself. Question why you with this person. Because I mean, rejection is definitely, you know, a high fear, right? But I feel like you don't want to. You can literally be blocking your own blessings in your relationship just out of your fear of rejection. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to ask yourself, where does this fear of rejection come from? You know what I'm saying? What's the root of it? You know, because I mean, sometimes dudes traumatize their women because you might have a woman who she get all dressed up in lingerie for you, and then you either sitting at home watching football, playing the goddamn video game, and you looking at her like, what you got that on for? Fellas, if you do that, you are traumatizing your woman. You are traumatizing your woman, and if y'all don't break up, you just fucked her over for the next nigga. You know what I'm saying? The next nigga who is ready to see her in that lingerie and appreciate her, you are just fucking her over. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think that one of my biggest annoyances in relationships is, you know, like when women do shit like a dude could come to her, right, and be like, yo, I'm saying, shorty, you know, I think about having this threesome. And she'll say something like, oh, I done already did that already. You know what I'm saying? I'm past that chapter in my life. Like, I think that is the stupidest shit ever, right? Because that's like saying, you know, you get into a new relationship. You're not going to say, well, tell your new nigga, well, I don't need your dick. I had dick already in my life. I'm past it. Like, every person you with is a new experience. So just because you, like, that's like saying, well, you know what? Like, I done already had Kennedy Fried Chicken. I don't need to try Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is amazing. Nigga, you ain't never had Chick-fil-A? That sauce, listen, just because you've had an experience already, if you haven't had the experience with the new person that you're with, then it is a brand new experience. You know what I'm saying? Every day ain't the same. You only have, like, today is what? Today is January 12th, 2021? 22? Excuse me. Today is January 12th, 2022. There's not going to be another January 12th, 2022. So I can't have today's experience tomorrow. So if you as a woman are trying to cap a potential experience with your man based on an experience that you had before with another man that wasn't him, that is not fair to your new man. And if dudes are doing it, Same thing. That same energy applies, right? You can't cap your experience with your lady. You know what I'm saying? Just because you had a previous experience with another lady. You don't have, listen, there's only going to be one January 12th, 2022. It's not going to be another one until I figure out, me and Doc Brown, my brother, figure out how to get this DeLorean and this time machine going. Then we going to be cracking and y'all going to experience all those other days again. Until we get it cracking, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? So stop capping your experiences with your relationships and your mates just because you had other experiences before. One got nothing to do with the other. What that got to do with the price of tea in China? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, what do you do when you're in a relationship? I got a question for the people out there, right, that are watching. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you realize that your love language, what's up, First Lady? I see you. And you realize that your love language is in sync. You both, you know, love quality time and physical touch and words of affirmation. Like your love languages align perfectly. But your sex languages do not align perfectly. You know what I'm saying? You are a little bit more spontaneous than your mate. You are a little bit more kinky than your mate. You are a little bit more open-minded to your mate. How do you deal with that? Is it a deal breaker? Do you walk away, or do you figure out a way to attempt to get your mate on board and get on the same page with you? That is my question for you guys that are watching. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh, somebody said leave. Listen, I think that's an option. Leave is definitely an option. Oh, we getting the deuces. Oh, somebody said leave. So is that an initial leaving, or are you spending time investing on trying to get them to experiment and try different things first? Or once you realize that, are you just like, fuck it, you out? Attempt to teach. Get your mate on board. Try to tap into your mate's sex language. Okay? Sometimes you don't know your sexual language capable until someone teaches that shit to you. I hear you. If your mate is open, have a discussion and negotiate meeting them in small steps. Somebody said, I tried for 10 years. Oh, my God. Listen, you got the patience of a Marion. Marion is a very wise guy. Because he's such a classy gentleman in how he handled that little fizz situation. Listen, when I'm often stressed, I ask myself, what would a Marion do? You know what I'm saying? How would he handle this? I'll try to teach a few times, but if they can't catch on, then deuces. All right. So I think teaching, is a matter, I asked the question, so now I'm going to answer this question, right? So I feel like it all depends on one key factor, right? Because sometimes a person's love language, or sex language rather, is limited to their experience, right? So they don't know much because they haven't experienced much, and their lack of experience could be due to either a lack of frequency, you know what I'm saying? And not frequency meaning partners, but a lack of frequency in their relationship. They were in a long-term relationship and they didn't have sex often, right? Or their lack of experience could be due to a lack of partners and not experiencing much, right? But what I will say in regards to how you should probably proceed in a situation where you realize that you and your mate's sex language doesn't match up, I think it's all about what a person may lack in experience, they could make up for in their open-mindedness, and they're willing to be receptive to new things. So for me, it would just be about whether the person that I'm dealing with, whether she is open enough to try and be willing to experience different things. If I, had conversations with her and I realized that she's just not open to trying anything new, she just is content with being stuck in her ways, then it's definitely gonna be a deuces. But if I realize that, maybe she is open and willing to trying different things, we just gotta figure out how to get it from point A to point B, then, I'm gonna take my time and attempt to be patient within reason, you know what I'm saying? But I think, it's definitely take some submission. You're right, Nikki, you know what I'm saying? But don't knock something till you try it. I hate that line. I mean, I definitely think that you should try different things, but sometimes, you don't need to try something to know you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to taste doo-doo to know I'm not going to like doo-doo in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't ever need to taste it to know that I'm just not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, but that's because I know where my limitations lie. You know what I'm saying? I think you got to be, I said in the beginning, it starts with you being honest with yourself, and being honest with yourself, you got to assess where your limitations lie. You know what I'm saying? Oh, somebody said I went too far with the doo-doo. Listen, but for the person that said I went too far with the doo-doo, just know that for some people, you know what I'm saying, that's not too far. Like my man Big said. So, after I shits on the bitch, you know what I'm saying? That's what Big said. And I got a story to tell, you know what I'm saying? He sounded like he wasn't going to do it. And then he turned around and cocked over and shits on it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, listen, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's definitely not my cup of tea, but, everybody in a different, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might want, the R. Kelly treatment, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might want a little golden showers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody might want a little Mimi shower rod action. You know what I'm saying? Make a little home movie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's levels is different. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be honest and figure out what your level is and get it together so that way you can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what your level is. You got to know what your level is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely important. Be honest with yourself. Figure out what your levels are. Communicate that with your partner. I would definitely recommend, figure out what your love language is. Figure out what your sex language is. There are quizzes out there that you can take so that way you can do a self-assessment. When taking these quizzes, be honest. Nobody's there with you in the room. Nobody got no spyware on your phone. Nobody's clicking to see, you know what I'm saying? Don't do it at work. I don't want, nobody checking your browser history and find out that, you looking up nasty shit at work. You know what I'm saying? Do this at home. Don't use your child's tablet. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, use your own personal device to take these quizzes and make these assessments. And after you're honest with yourself, and if you are watching this and you find that you are in a relationship where you are, as a woman, you are being dick deprived, there's attorneys you can call, at Strokes and Leave a Bitch. However, if you don't want to get, take legal action, you could always just have a conversation with your mate and figure out how to properly get your sex life, your romantic life on track. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, stop traumatizing these ladies when they putting on lingerie for you while you listen. I ain't never watched a game so important that if a woman walked by me in some goddamn boy shorts, I didn't want to stop what I was doing and listen. Even if you don't do nothing but just get a little quickie out of it, you know what I'm saying? That's what they got DVRs for, motherfucker. DVR the game, bust her ass, and then get back to the game. That's what the fuck they got DVRs for, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They got YouTube video, you know what I'm saying? You go back, you watch the goddamn replay of the shit that you missed, and you take care of your woman, you bust her ass, and get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Video games can be paused, my nigga. I don't understand who are these niggas that's out here. I said I wasn't going to use the word nigga. I'm sorry. I apologize tonight. I said I'm going to try to refrain from, you know. Fast forward the commercials. Get to the point. You take care of your lady. And then you get back to what you was doing. Listen, like, I think the dudes that do this, they might be secretly gay. Maybe, I don't know. The jury's out for that one. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But, like, I just think that if you have a beautiful piece of melanated woman at your home, you know what I'm saying? Or whether you're at her home, your home, the home y'all living together. Point is, if you have a beautiful, melanated, curvy woman in front of you, and you decide, if she decides to, make sure she's smelling real good, you know what I'm saying? She put on her flower bomb. She put on her Gucci Guilty, you know what I'm saying? She put on, you know what I'm saying, some nice lingeries for you. She put on the heels for you. And then she decides that she wants to, she wants you to play her game instead of you watching the game. You know what I'm saying? And you like, nah, babe, look, bruh. Just don't be mad when, that's why you got dudes out there like Trey Songz. That's why he called himself Mr. Steal Your Girl. Because dudes like that be creating a pathway for brothers to steal a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, for all you dudes, you suck and you doing nothing but traumatizing these women. Because that takes a lot of guts, even though it shouldn't, because it's your own dude, right? It shouldn't take that much guts. But it takes a lot of guts for women to decide they want to, especially if your lady's out there, she's feeling self-conscious about her body. You know what I'm saying? She might got a little fupa action going on. She might have just had kids. She's not, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to feel sexy. And not only feel sexy, but she also wants she wants to feel desired by you at the same time. She wants to feel sexy and feel desired by you at the same time. So she puts on this lingerie. She gets it right for you. You know what I'm saying? She gets her sexy on for you. And then you just dismiss her? You're just like, nah, I'm watching the game. Like, shit is sad. Like, for the men that's out there, stop traumatizing your ladies. You know what I'm saying? But for the ladies out there, right? Stop treating your dude like it's a crime for him to want some head. There's some woman out here that's walking around with this attitude like, I wish he would ask me to suck his dick. For all you ladies that's out here doing that, stop traumatizing your men. Stop traumatizing your men. You know what I'm saying? Because for every woman that, is out there talking about, I wish he would ask me to suck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna be mad if he goes somewhere else and get it sucked. She gonna be damn mad. Why can't she give him head while she watching? Listen, if she was a good woman, she'd be giving him head while you're watching the game. And let him put the goddamn Totito Scoops bag right on her back. so that way he could just reach. Oh man, no, brothers, don't put the Tortito Scoops bag on your lady's back. That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to use the scoops. You don't need to dip the scoops while she's giving you. Listen, if you got enough time and energy to think about dipping your scoops while she's giving you head, clearly she's not doing a good job. Maybe you should just stop her and just be like, hey babe, chill, just chill. Let's just do something else. You know what I'm saying? But, anyway, I digress. But yeah, ladies, stop traumatizing your men. Stop acting like treating fellas like it's a crime to want head. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just what, every red-blooded American man wants. You know what I'm saying? Some head while he's watching a football game. You know what I'm saying? And we'll accept it even during the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl, he could get super sucked. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. Anyway, I have reached my time. I'm about to wrap this thing here up. Tonight, we have discussed on Uptown After Dark, sex language versus love language. You know what I'm saying? Do you know yours? Like I said, I would advise everyone who is not fully aware or needs a better understanding of, what your sex language is, you know what I'm saying, or what your love language is. There are quizzes out there you can take on. So I got a new set here. I don't know if y'all can see, you know what I'm saying. Those leather chairs that I had is gone. I got some nice, sexy furniture here. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I am no longer going to be smoking cigars during my shows, because I can't have the furniture smelling like cigar smoke. You know what I'm saying? I might have to just go out on the balcony or go outside and smoke a cigar when I want to get my cigar smoke on. But you know what I'm saying? Since I got nice new furniture in here, I want to, you know what I'm saying, keep it nice and smell good and no goddamn cigar smoke. Anyway, that was just me rambling on. Take your quizzes if you need to find out what your sex language is, what your love language is. Be honest with yourself first. Because if you're not honest with yourself, you can't be honest with the person that you're in a relationship with. Have communication. Don't be afraid to have communication, express what you want, be intentional when you want. So if you're not in a relationship and you're trying to get to know people, be honest, be upfront, be intentional, right? If you are in a relationship and you need to get that spark back, be honest, be upfront, be intentional, right? You know what I'm saying? It works both ways, whether you're trying to get to know somebody new or you're trying to fix that existing relationship. You know what I'm saying? Be honest, be upfront, be intentional. My name is Uptown Brown, Ratchet Poppy, Mr. Receipts, El Capitan. They call me a lot of different names. This has been episode 5 of Uptown After Dark. Next month, we got a different topic for you guys. I don't know what it is yet. It might be how to properly have anal sex. You know what I'm saying? It's Valentine's Day. I think that's the gift that gives back. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Yeah, I think I might do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless, right, if you guys have a topic, a sexual related topic that you think I should discuss on Uptown After Dark, please feel free to email. The link is in the email. You can access the email through the IG account. You can hit me in the DM. You know what I'm saying? If you have a sexual related topic that you think I should tackle on this show, please feel free to holler at me. You can go back on the This Is Uptown Radio YouTube channel and watch all of the other episodes of Uptown After Dark. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. By Sunday, this episode should be on YouTube. By Sunday we should be up and ready on YouTube. Sunday, probably Friday, but Saturday, Sunday the latest, you know what I'm saying? I still got regular life shit to do, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to definitely try to make sure that this episode gets uploaded to YouTube as soon as possible. Thank you for joining me tonight. I love you guys. Peace.